There you go. All right, so I come to your house. You guys are carpenters, you're home builders, and I drop off a truckload of wood and paint, cement, and I say, go ahead and build me a house. What are you going to build me?
Foundation first, and then house.
Build the foundation first, that's right. What's the foundation look like?
Piece of concrete.
All right, but what size? What'd you say?
Look it up.
Look it up. Well, what house are you building me?
You can give some direction.
Did I ever give you a direction?
You're very technical.
Do you have a vision of what this house looks like?
Yes, an outhouse.
An outhouse. That would be very simple to build. All right, well, if you want to build the outhouse, that's fine, but I'd like to live in something more luxurious. All right, so this is, the Bible says in Proverbs 29:18, where there's no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So the first thing you need in whatever you're doing is a vision. So write down vision. A vision isn't like you're seeing like shapes in the clouds. A vision is like, what is the plan? In Nehemiah, he heard that the walls were broken down of a city. He saw that everything was in ruins, and God laid on his heart the desire and the passion to go rebuild the walls, but he also gave them the vision for how to do it. So they had a plan, and in 52 days they reconstructed those walls and those gates, and that's something that even with modern technology would be tough to do, and they did it back then. So my first question to you is, what's your vision? I kind of sent you a text and said, think about what kind of website you want to build. Did anybody get an idea of what kind of...
We got a text.
Okay, well, I might have sent an email, but did you guys get it?
These two knew that they were supposed to do that.
We just didn't know what to do.
Okay, let me ask you
I
a
got an email, but I never read my emails. So.
Do you have a hobby? Write down under vision, like, hit enter, and then maybe put bullet points. Do you have a hobby? Do you have a passion? Do you have a business you want to start? I'm going pretty fast, but
What is this?
do you have a hobby? Do you have a passion? Do you have a business you want to start? And you can abbreviate so you understand it. Is there a friend's business you want to help? Do you want to just write a blog about yourself and, see where it goes? Trying to get into college, you could put almost like an online resume. There's all sorts of things you can do with a website. So the first thing is, we have all this computer right here, even though it doesn't look like much, everything we need. We could literally run a Fortune 100 company from right here. Today, you can sit on the beach in Costa Rica and do whatever you need to do when it comes to technology. As long as you have an internet connection and a laptop or a tablet, you're seriously good to go. So, like I was telling my son and my daughter, for you to make $1,000, roughly how many lawns do you have to mow? About 25, right?
More than that.
All right, well, you get paid $50.
100 lawns.
Okay, so that's a lot of lawns.
Actually, probably 200.
Okay, and how many lawns does it take you? How long does it take you to mow the average lawn? An hour. Anybody got a calculator on the laptop?
I do.
All right, do this. Take 1,000. How much do you make per average? Say $1,000.
Okay. Per hour.
No, just do $1,000 you want to make, and then you make roughly how much you make per lawn on average. $30, $40.
30.
All right, say 30.
Oh,
So
25.
you make only 25 per lawn.
I make 20 and then 30 on another.
All right, so say 25. Okay, so divide 1,000 by 25.
40.
So you need to mow 40 lawns. How many lawns? How long does it take you for the average lawn?
An hour.
An hour. Okay, well that's pretty easy. 1 hour, that's 40 hours. So 40 hours of your life in the hot sun at their schedule, you're gonna make $1,000. That's what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you took that same 40 hours and you made basic $1,000 websites, you could get good and fast and do 4 of them. And that means you'd make $4,000. And you can do that while you're sitting in air conditioning.
In 40 hours?
If you were to take, if you had 40 hours, and I'm sorry, I didn't say, about 10 hours for a basic site.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm just going to put basic. And sorry about my hieroglyphic. So that's 4. That's where that 4 comes from. So you can choose. There's nothing wrong with landscaping. There's nothing wrong with a lot of work. But when you do tech work, you can do it from anywhere. You have a laptop and internet connection. It's easy on your bones. And if you want to do physical labor, do it. But if you're old like me and you can't go build a fence anymore, or you can't like mow yards, here's an easy way to do it. Now, these are small numbers. You start working on larger sites, the money in the dollars goes up. But there's at least a 4-to-1 ratio. Okay? And what else? When can you mow lawns in Pensacola, Florida?
Probably all
When
the
it's
time.
not raining.
Oh, all year?
Probably 3/4 of the year. Yeah.
Okay, 3/4 of the year. Web design you can do all year. So if you guys said, I want to buy a car, car's going to cost you 15 grand. You got to pay insurance and all that stuff. So you need about 20 grand. 20 or less websites and you got your car. It's pretty good. You just got to get in the habit. So this has a purpose of business and keeping yourself going. But again, you can use it for more than that for reaching souls for Christ, and I'll show you how. So the first thing is, what kind of site? So you said you can be a hobby, it can be a passion you have, it can be a business you want to start. Most of our conversation will be about business, because that's what we're here to do, is glorify God, and we can do that through business. So does anybody have any idea, like, I'd like to do this, I'd like to start this website? Nothing? All right.
We should start a goo website.
A goo.
Selling goo.
You could do that. You could make goo and sell it.
Or selling ingredients with instructions.
Huh?
Some ingredients with instructions. That way if it messes up, it's their fault.
Okay.
And then they have to buy more.
Do you guys want to do this?
Sure.
We can make a dummy model. We can make a real model.
Make a real model.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Go all the way.
All right. Let's do slime time.
Alright.
All right. So the first thing, actually, I just threw that up there. The first thing you do in a room of business is you brainstorm. You never insult each other when you brainstorm. You can laugh. You can tease each other, but you don't make fun of it.
We should have a special edition glue or goo called Poo Goo.
Poo Goo.
Brown, has little googly eyes on the box.
All right. Poo Goo. Brown with googly eyes. I don't know how to spell that. All right. So we got Poo Goo. All right. So we're going to sell. What is this website going to do?
It's gonna sell.
It's going to sell products. What else could you do on this site?
You could.
You could sell advertising.
Elmer's glue.
Now, hold on a second. Let's just take. I'm going to break things down. We might go out of order here, but for you to sell advertising, what would that require?
Ownership.
You're going to own it.
Yeah.
No. What if I said, Andrew, I have a website. I will sell you advertising for $1,000 a month. What are you going to ask me? You
What
sell.
do I get out of it?
Exactly. What do I get out of it?
What do you
So on a website, if I'm advertising for you, what are you going to want to know? You sell potato guns. I don't care. You sell cars.
Wigs.
Wigs. You sell wigs. Okay, so if I'm telling you advertising, what questions are you going to think about?
How big the site is that you're advertising?
Okay, my site, how big is it? Okay, so that's called, what they call is like traffic. Okay, or visitors. So for you to sell advertising, is that a phase 1 or is that maybe a phase 2 or 3? And when I say phase 1 might be the initial site launching it, and then you're building in phase 2, and phase 3 could be selling advertising. Because would you want to pay me $1,000 a month if I don't bring you any business? Okay, it's a return on investment. So we need to prove traffic. So that is a great idea, but first we need to get traffic. But we're going to sell products. We're going to sell goo. Okay? What else would you want to do? You mentioned instructions. So would we want video instruction?
No.
You wouldn't want to make videos to help people know how to make goo?
Piece of paper.
What?
Piece of paper.
Okay.
Way harder.
1,000 words.
Might as well, if
We
you're
could
having a
make
website, you might as well have.
True, put a video. I'm
Because
saying
usually
though, have the
websites
video
do.
on the website, but then if you send
Yeah,
it to
if
them,
you
have
buy-
the
Would it
paper
help if
with
we
it.
have
No,
a
okay,
picture?
You buy a product and you get a
YouTube
video
videos.
package.
Man,
What? Look at this. I'm
That
saying
way.
sell them all the
Good job, Emma.
ingredients in the package.
what happened?
And then
She
they have
said
to
like
sell
use YouTube to host the videos so you get more traffic and then put it on your site. Okay. What else would you want to do in this site? Would you want to put maybe...
Sell products or is that,
Yeah, sell products. That's the first one.
Oh, oops.
The whole. So that you're saying this is what's called a commerce site. So write down commerce site. Commerce just means business. So see, all this stuff doesn't sound fun, but these are the fundamentals. Where there's no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. All right, so we're going to sell products on the site. We're going to sell advertising eventually. We're going to do video streaming. We're going to do downloadable instructions. We're going to have different cool products like Poo Goo. Okay? What about stuff, don't you guys like ideas? And do you ever go to a website, Google stuff for ideas? Like people have Pinterest, they get ideas how to build stuff. Or maybe you YouTube how to make slime. That's how you drive traffic to your website. And then you can say fun ideas to do with slime. So maybe you have a vlog or a blog. Do you guys know what the difference is between a vlog and a blog?
Vlog is writing, a vlog is a video blog.
Exactly, that's the only difference. Okay, so now why are we thinking about this stuff when we don't have a site yet?
Because you don't want to build the site and then do it.
Mess up.
Exactly. If I brought you a load of wood and concrete and paint and I said build me a house, well, now I know the main section of the house is 5,000 square feet. That's my sales. Then I know that I'm going to have advertising, ads. Then I know that I need a link for video instruction. Then I know I need a link for downloads. Then I need a link for blogs. See how we're building the site?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's no vision, the people perish. You've got to have the vision of what you want. Now, the cool thing about a website is you can change anything instantaneously. I can go into my websites, change anything. Now, granted, wording and pictures, literally a second, you're done. You want to change a layout, that can be very intensive. If you don't think about, like I'm building an app right now, for your phone. We've spent 3 weeks putting the architecture together for this app because we don't want to miss anything. But we're also smart enough to say we're doing it in phases because we know that we may come out with some bugs and glitches. So we're doing phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And we're building it very similar to what I'm showing you guys now. Okay, so you guys can brainstorm names. And what you want is there's 2 ways to buy a domain. My markers are running dry. Oh, no, that's where you can buy it. Okay, do you guys have all this written down?
Not bad.
I can't see it.
All right, I just put sell products.
Well, ours says write that down.
Well, yeah, you can type it in just because this is your vision. This is what you want your website to do. We want to sell products. We want to sell advertising. We want to have video tutorials. All right, sell products, sell advertising. We want video tutorials. We want downloadable instructions and a blog. This one should be a lot easier. Ceramic. Guess not. Wow. I need new markers, man.
Yeah. Sell products,
So products, sell advertising, video tutorials, downloadable instructions, and blog.
Wait, video instructions?
Yep, video instructions.
Should we put Poo
I would. That's a great idea. Put ideas. Put product ideas. Poo Goo. Sometimes when you throw out the ideas, that's like the best stuff spontaneously, and it turns into your biggest money makers. And again, we can actually, you might want to take turns like typing and then you can all combine notes later.
Vlog.
That might be a good idea. Put them all on, what's that? There's an app that's free that you can just combine and collaborate. But anyways, for today we'll do it this way. Okay, so sell products, sell advertising, video instructions, kill the dog, downloadable instructions. No, vlog. It's on recording. The dog just goof. All right, so write down brown with googly eyes, Poo Goo. Brown with googly eyes, Poo Goo. All right, so when you think about a domain is like www dot whatever. You can do it a couple different ways. The first way you can do it is to do it through straight up business name. Okay? So www dot, and that's actually going by the wayside, slimetime.com. Okay? Now, I'm not saying we have to use that name, but say you want that name.
I like that name.
All right. Well, the first thing we do is we go to Google or GoDaddy. I have an account with GoDaddy. And we're going to pull it up, and we're going to see if that's available. Now, do you have to have the name of your company? Does it have to be Slime Time? Could it be EJNA Enterprises? It could be whatever you want.
It's already a website. Slimetime.com?
Yeah, it's chemical engineering, chemical pumps, chemical safety. Yeah.
All right. So that's off the table.
And wait, they have it where it's all lowercase.
John,
And
No, time out. Can I just say one thing?
it matters.
Make sure. No.
See?
Actually, it doesn't. No, it
I
doesn't.
typed it in.
Go to GoDaddy. Everybody go to GoDaddy. GoDaddy.com. Do not type in addresses randomly because you can get a bunch of crazy stuff. You can get viruses. You don't want to be experimenting with.
I didn't click on it.
No. I'm just saying. Just go to GoDaddy.com, and that'll be a whole lot safer. Anytime you're looking for a domain, just go to GoDaddy or a site like that you know is safe.
Do we have to hit start for free or do we just...
No, I'll show you. Look at this monitor up here. I'm going to go to GoDaddy up there.
Okay, it's
All right, see how it says GoDaddy finds your perfect domain? So this is where you brainstorm. Now, when you brainstorm, you should always write down what you've searched for. Because you don't want to be doing the same thing like 20 times. You know, you could think the next day of the same 12 out of it.
Yours looks different than mine.
Yeah.
Me and Nathan have the same one, but y'all's is different.
Yeah, mine
like-
looks like
Yeah,
that.
that's what mine looks like too.
See, look.
It's because ours are Windows 10.
Where's mine?
Different.
A little cursor thing, right?
Well,
It's because
mine
you.
looks like
It's because you
yours
already did a
now.
search.
No,
That's
no,
okay.
mine looks like that, though.
It looked like that.
Just go to the search
I don't
window.
know where my mouse went.
All right, we'll give it a second.
It's right there.
Yeah, mine looks like that now, except I have the extension.
All right, well, just look up here for now. Let's do this together. I want you to understand something. If your legal entity name is EJNA Enterprises, right? That's what's legal. That's what the government sees. This is called a legal entity. Okay? That's how you have your tax accountant file everything. There's also, it's called a DBA, doing business as. Well, nobody wants to be advertising EJNA Enterprises. They want something fun. So that might be Slime Time. But what you don't want to do, more important than buying a business name today, you want to get the domain first if you can. Now, with my company, I have... Emma, honey, don't worry about the domain right now. With my company, I don't have Ascend Consulting Group. Because there's probably 50 Ascend Consultings within the world. I cared about the marketing. So my legal business name is to glorify God. It's Ascend to Glory. Okay? That's my legal business name. My DBA is Ascend Technologies and Consulting Group. Okay? Because what I had for a vision was bringing out patents and inventions and helping people with consulting and coaching. So that's all encumbers. It encumbers it all. But my domain, my address, is Grow with Ascend. Now, when I hand that out on the business card, and you're a business, I'm saying I'm a business consultant and I help your business grow. So then when you go to my domain, it's subconscious and conscious, I'm saying Grow with Ascend. So it's just a marketing tool. I used my domain as a marketing tool. Now I own Ascend to Glory, I own Ascend Training Academy, I own probably 30 domains. But what I primarily market under is Grow with Ascend. So when you're buying a domain, you should always stick to .coms if you can. Going with .nets and that's what they call the vanity domains. Really, it's way more money and it doesn't help you. And when you hit, did you guys know this? If you type in anything in a browser, like pick any site, Nike for instance, right? If I hit Control Enter, it goes to .com. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
So if you hit Control+Enter, it adds www.com. So this is still the gold standard. See that? That's called an MPEG. You can do that on your sites. We're going to show you how. All that is a video, and it doesn't matter what the video is, good or bad video, you can put it on your site in the window because we're going to use a template that's similar to Nike's. So all the stuff that they're doing, we can literally do here. Only I'm not going to go buy video. You guys want to buy video or have it produced, you can. But we're going to use what's called stock art and stock video, and you can do all this. There's nothing on this site that's revolutionary. Every single thing you guys can do yourselves. So that's really cool. Okay, now let's go back to a house analogy. I know it's boring, but this is, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Because once you do this, there's people out there right now building websites, and they actually don't know a lot of this stuff. They just crank them out, and they're not good at what they do. They're adequate. So they're always going to be adequate. They're always going to be okay. If you learn this stuff, it ties into the sales and marketing, and that's why you can cash in and make a ton of money. To build a website, this is important. Write this down. You need the domain. You need web hosting. Some of the terms I'm using are actually going to be a little outdated, or you'll hear various terms, but it's the same thing. Domain, web hosting, webmaster. Okay, so if you were going to build a house, what's the first thing you need?
Foundation.
I mean, really think. Nope.
The plan.
Before all this. Oh, you could have
The idea.
you could have the idea and the vision. Okay, so you got the vision. That's your idea.
Oh, visions first?
Yeah, vision is the idea. Then, once you have the vision and the idea, what's the next thing you need to secure?
The money, right.
No. Where are you going to build the house?
The
The
area.
property.
The land, the property. Okay, so go to web hosting. That's your property or land.
Great idea.
Like I said, I might do some of this out of order, but so you have the vision or idea. You have this vision, what you want to build, where you want it to be. Your house overlooks the water on the side of a mountain in Costa Rica. Okay, now you go buy the property land.
Wait.
I moved domain down here. Now, once you build the property land, how do you guys get your mail?
Through the mail.
Mailman.
But where do you send that mail? To a what?
Address.
To an address, a physical address. So you have to go to the state, the town, the government and say, I need an address here. Okay? So your domain is your address.
Property.
So if someone's in Pensacola, Florida, if somebody is in Maine, or if somebody is in China, they type in www.slimetime.com, they have the address to your house. It's directions for the computer to get you there. Then, once you have the vision and you purchase the land, now you're going to go to the contractor and say, here it is, right? So your web designer, what you guys are going to become, is the contractor. Okay? Your web designer is your contractor. They're going to build the house. They're going to build the structure. Does that make sense? So we have the vision, we have the idea or the plans, we have the property we secure, we have the address we secure, we have the web designer, he or she's a contractor to build it. You can do it too. Okay? And then you have the walkthrough. Before you buy a house, what do you always do? You walk through and you inspect it, right? The walkthrough, this is your punch list.
What is that?
A walkthrough. After they build the house for you, you always walk through and you say, hey, that's crooked. I don't like that color. That's the wrong fixture. It's kind of like the revision process. So put punch list / revisions. Punch, like punch list. Because in the old days they had a list and they'd actually click it, like punch a hole in it when it was completed. All right? Walk through. Sorry. This is how my college students used to feel. I used to have sometimes people go to the board and write for me. All right, so you have your walkthrough, which is your punch list, and then you move in. Okay, so that's site live. And that is a good day. That's a fun day. Who likes to move into a new house, right? But here's a good question. When you move into a new house, is all your work done?
No, you gotta bring all your stuff in.
You gotta move in, you gotta make it your own. Even though it's brand new, your wife's gonna have you repaint the walls again. She's gonna have you install new countertops after you just spent $20,000 installing countertops. Emma, your husband's gonna wanna like remodel the garage and put like all sorts of cool things in there, and you're gonna be like, that's cool because I just bought a new kitchen sink. So it's all cool, right? But then you need this. You need a maintenance. You need a maintenance plan. You need somebody, a handyman, a maintenance person, and this is your webmaster. Okay? So you might have in a house you buy, you might have a gardener. You might have a handyman. You might have a plumber. Your webmaster is that. Okay? So why am I going through all these? Number one, I want you to have the full vision. And I know this isn't the exciting part, but we'll get there. But number two is check it out. Your vision is where most people lack. If you have a mind that thinks, you're ahead of 90% of the world. Automatically, straight up. Most people don't think for themselves. Second, web hosting. I have a server. On that server, every time somebody has me build a website, I do it cheap. $25 to $50 a month. That's reoccurring revenue. $25, $50 a month. $25, $50 a month. $25, $50 a month. I pay for the server, and they're paying for my server. And what is very economical is I pay a fixed amount for my server and my storage, and then I'm making profit. So the more clients I have, the more profit I make. So you can make that too. Next is a domain. You make money on the domains if you want to, but it's like nickel and dime. So I usually just transfer it to my clients at the same cost. I like, if it's $150 because they buy it for 10 years, I give it to them for $150, but most people upsell it. The web design. This is where you're making the most money up front. This is where you make, $1,000, $5,000. You get into big sites, $80,000. I stick to sites that are $2,500 to $15,000 because more than $15,000 is a full-time job. Less than $2,500 is not worth my time, but it's worth your time. So I can get you little sites, and you're happy, and everybody's happy. Walkthrough. Every time you build a site, anytime. Do you guys ever write a paper, and you get the paper, and you're so proud of the paper, and you what?
Period.
Or no, yeah, you say to someone, mom or dad or your brother or sister, you're like, hey, read this paper. And you're like, can you look for any errors? But really inside, your pride's like, dude, this is a masterpiece. This is my opus. This is like fantastic. So you give them the paper, you ask them to find mistakes to make it better. But inside, your pride's like, this is great. And then as soon as they mark the first thing, you're like, what the heck are you doing? You're all ticked off, right? That's human sinful nature, you heathen. So what you're going to do is get used to it. When you have a website, the hardest thing to do, which I'll teach you later, is getting it from the client's head into reality. Because some clients, they don't know what the heck. Most clients don't know what the heck they want. And if you don't know how to show them what they want, you're going to waste all your time. Because remember this original model I had up here, $1,000, 10 hours average. Okay, if you have $1,000 you made and you spent ten hours, how much is that an hour? How much did you make an hour?
No, $100.
$100 an hour. Well, if that same site took you 20 hours to build, now how much money did you make? 50. Okay, so do you want to build a site and spend 20 hours or 10 hours? Exactly. So what you do, what's called measure twice, cut once. Your intake forms, put this on a side note, we'll talk about them. Intake forms and interview. That is crucial. Because if you don't have the right vision, then you are going to get hosed on your time. And you're going to waste your time and money doing this, okay? So, we talked about the web design. We talked about the walkthrough. Why did I bring that up? So you don't get your feelings hurt. You can make a site. I have clients that I made terrible looking sites for. It hurt me to put it out there live, but they loved it. I have other clients who I put together what I thought was a magnificent looking site, and they loved it. I always make sure my client's happy. That's the key, you know? But there's times where I'll put an idea out, and the client's like, I don't like that. Okay. I'll say why I think they might want to consider it, but if they don't want to do it, okay, that's fine. What do you want? Show me sites. It doesn't matter if it's a shoe. Like, let's say that they sell cars. It doesn't matter if it's an attorney site. It doesn't matter if it's a shoe store. It doesn't matter if it's glue. If they see a website that they like something about, that's what the intake forms I have them do. And then I always try to do, I actually bought the domain TKO Design Studio because I want to be able to get a project done within 3 shots. Every project I do, print, web, app, I want everything done in 3 shots or less. Just like in a fight, you knock somebody out, a TKO, they get out 3 times, they're out, a technical knockout. Because why? I don't want to spend more time on it. Why should I spend 50 hours on a project when I can spend 25? Would you rather be working in this room or would you rather be at the beach? Exactly, that's what I want. All right, so punch list. Don't be in love with what you do. It's business as usual. Don't be tied to it. Next, they move in. The site goes live. But once it's live, you got mowing to do. You have pest control. So here's another way you can make money. Depends on the size of the business. Depends how much. If they have a blog that they're writing twice a week, somebody has to take that blog. Somebody has to correct that blog. Somebody has to put it up on the website. Somebody has to put pictures with it. Somebody has to take the time to do that. So you can sell packages for $100 a month, for $500 a month. I will be your webmaster. You've already done everything else for them. Why not be their webmaster too? So I have clients where they just sign a contract at the beginning of the year. They pay me for the whole year up front, and I take their money gladly. And when they call me, they shoot me a text and say, Dave, I need this on my website today. I say, okay, done. And I make money per month.
Okay, so for like a site to
Yeah.
advertise, we could build websites. That would guaranteedhappiness.com would be a good one. It's $1,088.
Yes. Okay, that's a totally different conversation. There's something called speculation when people buy stocks and commodities. And there's actually website speculation where people go out and they buy every domain they can think of. They pay people to sit in a room and think of domains, and they buy them and then they resell them. So you can buy, like that site I have a site called freecaseeval.com. That was a gift from God. Attorneys want to buy that site for me, but I'm not going to sell it for less than $50,000. So I paid $8.99 for it. And I'll hold on to it for a few years. And when I decide to sell it, when God decides to sell it, it'll sell. I had one guy offer me 12, and I had another guy offer me 18. But I'm not selling that bad boy for less than 50, because that is your college money. Freecaseeval.com. Now, if I really want to get aggressive, I start. Because whenever you think about a court case or an attorney, you're thinking, I want a free case eval. I don't want to pay a guy $500 an hour to tell me I don't have a case. So if you see on a sign, a lot of attorneys say free case evaluation, free case eval. So free case eval is actually a very attractive site to attorneys. And attorneys spend more money than anybody else in advertising online.
Advertise that you have that site.
I will, but I'm not ready yet. It's all about timing, bro. It's all about timing. Because I want to do it right. What I want to do is build a site that...
You sell it to Trump's.
Huh?
Yeah.
I want to build a site that gets leads for attorneys. Do you know how much an attorney pays for a league on average?
$100,000.
No, like you're going to hand them a list of names and say these people went to my site and asked for a quote.
25,000.
No, well, I wish they paid that much. They paid $5. Well, most people, like when you pay Google, it's like 50 cents a click or 50 cents a call, or maybe $5 a call. Attorneys will pay $500, and even if it's a bad lead, that means if it's junk, like somebody it's like
make up names.
No, well, there is some people who used to do that and they got trouble for it. But if you ever hear people talking about a list, I bought a list. It's a list of names, email addresses, cell phone numbers, but attorneys will pay like $500 each. So what I'm saying is $50,000 for an attorney is like a drop in the bucket. So I just got to time it right, and it's in God's hands.
Why don't you put the website live and then have a list of people that all look at the site and then sell that to the lawyers and say, if you want the rest of the site, $50,000.
That's a brilliant idea. That is actually, I just need time. I've been working on so many other things, but that's a great idea. Remember Mr. Dixie?
Yeah.
He wants to partner with me, and he's going to pay me money per month to do it for him.
How much?
Doesn't matter how much, but it was good. And the other thing is, I still own it. That was part of the agreement. I'm basically leasing him my domain. So as long as it's moral in life, you can do it. As long as it doesn't sin against God, do it. All right, so you got your vision, you got your web host, you got your domain, you got your web designer, you got your walkthrough, you got your move-in, you got your maintenance plan. That's good for now. So the first thing we're going to do is let's get practical. This is why I wanted you guys to come here with an idea of what kind of site you want to build. If you don't know what kind of site, let's run with this Slime Time idea. So what's another name instead of Slime Time? What's another name for a website we could build? Or for the company? Because Slime Time we said is taken.
Like the same first.
You want to sell goo. You want to sell goo. This is what you want to do. You want to sell
Well,
slime.
if it's goo, we shouldn't say slime.
Slime is goo.
Is it slime or goo?
It's goo.
But yeah.
Is slime copyrighted? Because I know Nickelodeon, when I was a kid, they had slime and they made it really popular. So slime might be a copyrighted statement. We have to look. See, a lot of stuff takes research, and that ain't no fun, but you got to do it. But what are other? Let's just brainstorm with a concept like slime. What are other names you could call a slime company? What's one you'd want to buy from that's fun?
Slime it up.
Slime it up. Let's try it.
I don't even understand how you
No,
got
it's
there.
taken.
How did you get there?
Put there. Look.
Yep, slime it up's taken. Now look, remember how I told you there's alternative
I'm gonna
domains?
get in trouble.
Yeah, be careful.
I put boo and I had an extra B on
Yeah.
the domain search.
Just be careful. That's why I said you never type in an address directly because you don't know
No,
what
it
you're
was
gonna
on the
get.
domain search. I'm gonna go down.
Okay, just be careful. So another thing is we're doing slime. What's another name? Think of stuff. Start spinning out.
Squishy slime. That's slim, Emma.
Guru.com.
I said primetime slime.
Wait, are we just doing slime?
No, Guru is like
Oh,
a
wait,
person that's like obsessed.
SquishySlime.com.
Squishy slime?
That sounds gross.
Well, think of something you might want to buy. What's some names? Keep spit. The more you say out loud, the more you guys are gonna laugh and have fun, and the more something great's gonna come out of it. I know it does.
Squirting all
I
over
love
me.
it.
Oh,
Do you want me to grab some over here? Because it's getting all over me.
I'm on. All right, there you go. It's all on my arm, so.
It's all in my face.
You only have a green.
What else? Think.
Slimy time.
Is that available?
99 cents.
Whoa. That doesn't sound right. How did you spell it?
Slimy
It's a $12
time.
Yeah, but you have that order on that. It's $12 for slimy time.
What are you talking about? SlimyTime.com, 99 cents.
Is that it's a special for first-time
You
customers?
did Slimmy. Yes.
That brings up a good.
It's
What?
slime is with an E.
Slimy is SLIMEY, right? Yeah. Well,
Well, you can spell
Well, let me
it
ask you a
that
question.
way.
Hey,
he did SLIMMY.
MME.
Yeah, you said
that brings up a great point. how many times you go to a domain
You misspell it.
and people misspell it?
Yeah.
So do you know that people purposely buy domains that are popular, misspelled, and then they redirect it to their site? So if you have a site that, like one of the companies I work for is a commercial painter. He's one of the largest in the Panhandle. His site is robertsoncurtis.com. His business name. So we bought robertsoncurtis.com. But how many ways can you spell Robertson?
Oh, lots. 12.
There's two popular ways
I
though.
was like, wow, how do you know?
Robert's son and
Yeah,
Robertson.
people spell it like Robinson and Robertson, and people spell it with an E and an I. So we bought all the variations that someone who doesn't know how to spell might buy, and we redirect it all to one site. So what happens is this. Did you ever get mail to your house that didn't belong to you?
Yes.
All right, you put it back in the mailbox, and it goes to the right house. Okay? So you can have a bunch of different... You can have... What?
It's a package you open.
Yeah, no, that would be illegal. I'm not showering with men for a free package. All right, so this is what you do. This is how it does. That's called a redirect. Okay, so Slimy Time. Does that sound like the name of a company you guys want to start?
No.
Does it sound-
Where's more money?
Why is
Guru for you.
Where's yours saying?
99 cents.
Move back out. That could be good.
Yours, that's a special for first-time customers, so you could buy that for 99 cents, and then in the future it'll do it. So,
Slim Prime, Emma.
Why?
what are other names that you could do before? No, so let's write that down.
Prime Slime.
Ooh, try that.
Emma has Slime
A
Prime.
guru for you.
SlimyTime.com.
It works. It's $12.
You know how Grandma Net makes cakes? Don't tell her this because I haven't had time to build it, but I actually bought her the domain mymommakescakes.com.
Really?
Yeah, because she makes decorative cakes.
Prime
And,
Slime's not available.
Well, they have
Guru for you is though.
No.
yeah, you want to stay .orgs are usually non-profit organizations, but you want to really try to stay at .com.
And Slime Prime is not available.
I'm telling you, slimy prime.
Or Slimy
Time.
Slimy Time.
I think you got a great marketing mind. I think that's good. Do you guys like that name enough to buy it?
What? Let's do it.
Slimy time?
Would you go to slimytime.com to buy slime?
No.
No, if you're not gonna go there, nobody else is.
What is this? Slimy time?
Right now you're getting more marketing than web design, but this is what's gonna make your money. Most businesses today aren't about the product they sell. They're not about the service they sell. It's about the marketing. The richest people, even Andrews Institute, he's not the best surgeon. He will admit it himself. You know what Dr. Andrews is? He's the best marketer. He had a plan, and he worked the plan, and now he's got an amazing organization. People come from all around the world, but he's not the best surgeon. He's the best marketer. Nike, does Nike make the best shoes? No, not even close.
Oh my
What the
Dad,
heck?
I typed in
Slime
slime
times
time.
$38,000.
Yep, I already know. I checked it.
Yeah,
What the heck?
they get a lot of money.
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh, wait, what's something to do with Trump?
Trump?
Yeah, like
Trump.
Trump.
All right.
I'm telling you, that's like some hippie website.
All right, it's $1.
No, it's free. Dump Trump. Dump B? Dump B?
Yeah, I have the same thing.
All right.
I'm just gonna do Trump.
Pump Trump.
So did you buy a server from GoDaddy and you
I use a GoDaddy server.
Yeah.
Pump Trump.
It's $12 for
Hillary.com
I
is
didn't know if you
taking
actually had
no other.
I don't want to maintain it.
Yeah.
There's other things too, guys. I see. Actually, your dad just brought up a great point. There's other upsells. There's dozens of upsells. Like even emails. Email's a big business, but I don't want to deal with people complaining about I can't get into my email. So I do everything. I actually had what's called a reseller account. So it looked like it was a totally separate company. It looked like it was not me. It had an 800 number, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 service. They answered the phone, ascend to glory, and all it was GoDaddy. It was called white labeling. GoDaddy offers that, but I felt bad selling it to my customers. I felt deceptive. Even though I wasn't doing anything wrong, I just didn't like doing it. So I just went ahead and just said, just go to GoDaddy. I don't want to deal with email. If you're not making me at least $100, I want to make $100 to $250 an hour. If I don't make $100 to $250, I don't want to do it. So email doesn't make me that much money.
Dad.
So
Woohoo goo.
Woohoo Goo?
Yeah, I can't.
Let's do it.
That's actually pretty good. Woohoo Goo?
$12.
Yeah, it's 99 cents.
Now, okay, hey guys, how do you spell woohoo?
WHOO.
But some people might do WOO.
How do you
WHOOHOOGOO.
Hold on, I got you.
Speak of this.
Okay, hey, Dad, the other one without an H for woo is 99 cents too.
Yeah, they'll all be there, but I'm saying Woohoo Goo actually sounds fun. I'd want to go there, but I would be having a hard time spelling it. So let's keep it on the board as an opportunity.
You said like link the other ways to spell
But
it.
do you want to buy one domain if you don't have to, or do you want to buy 15?
99 cents.
Okay, but that's called bait. It's getting you in the door. It's 99 cents the first year, and it's $14.99 every year thereafter. So I'll show you like here.
Pay by the year.
Yeah. Now here's another little nugget. If you buy a domain, you can buy a domain for 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5
What
years,
happens when
10
you
years.
don't pay for your
If you stop paying it, it's just.
Bye bye. It shuts off.
gift
You
card
don't-
back
Can
again?
you get it back or no?
You have a time period. Well, no, you have a time period where they say you owe money, and they let you go about 7 days out. Then after 7 days, there's this like 7 to 14 days of gray area that ICANN kind of like secures it, and if you don't buy it within that time period, what your
Wait,
dad
what's the
says.
other domain site?
Wait, they can
Oh,
buy
there's
it off-
there's
Or-
No, but
tons.
there's like two
Yeah.
prominent ones.
I never heard.
There's web.com.
No, there's one that when we called GoDaddy, they're like, try to call these people and see if they know who owns some site.
Oh, who is?
Who is?
Whois.net. That's not a registrar. That actually is like the
Yeah.
it's like the directory of all websites.
Man,
So it tells you who does it. But listen,
There's Google domains.
what do most people who buy a site, say you guys are playing with this, how long are you going to buy the site for?
8 years. I'm
8
kidding,
years.
Like a
4
year.
years.
A year. Most people are going to buy it. This is a startup. Hey, let's test it. Let's see how it goes. Google has an algorithm. It's a mathematical formula. Okay, you know when you type anything, like if you said slime Pensacola or slime for kids, okay, company's going to show up based on how good their goo is, No.
How good their website is.
how good their marketing is, and their website. So one of the hundreds of factors that Google looks at is length of your domain. So if, say there's two people, company A and company B, and they're exactly the same website, and they have exactly the same product, and they have the exact same marketing plan, this would never happen. But hypothetically, if they're exactly the same, but this person bought their domain for 2 years, and this person bought their domain for 10, in Google, this person's king.
But why he only has it for 2?
No, this is 2 and this is 10.
So.
Because the person who has 10, Google says, well, they're the real deal. They're going big or they're going home. They must be confident that their company's going to stay in
Can you
business.
return your website if it
No.
doesn't go well? You have
No.
to pay? You can just not pay?
No?
You're just buying the domain for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
but, like,
domain.
if
Remember
you
how I
did-
said your domain is your address?
Yeah.
It's like you're renting that address.
But you pay up front.
And then you're renting your land is your hosting. If you don't pay your hosting or your domain, somebody else is going to come in and take it from you.
Is it cheaper to buy more years or no? Is it the same?
Sometimes they'll give you a special where it's cheaper. It just depends what's going on. But the thing is, you wanna it. Oh, actually, you know what? It technically is cheaper because
You
the
have to pay for
the prices go up or down.
up.
Prices go up. So today, let's say the average domain is $12.99.
It's 14.
In 5 years, the average domain will be $15.99. So yeah, technically, if you buy it now, it'll be a little cheaper. But when I recommend clients, I won't build a website if it's less than 5 years. I make them usually by 10 because I don't want to work for people who are just like, trying out. I want to invest in something worthwhile. So that's just another little side tip. Okay, so we got Woohoo Goo, we got Slime Time. What are other ideas? taken. What else, guys? Now, we don't have to buy anything today, unless you guys find something you really like.
What if we got edible goo and we called it Chew Some Goo?
Edible goo goes into FDA and all sorts of regulations. That would be a very...
Complicated.
You could make a ton of money off edible goo, but you could also lose it all very fast in a lawsuit. I would not recommend that business model. I'm just saying.
So anything edible you wouldn't want to go in?
I don't want to, but there's a guy, I'm not going to say names in case this is recorded, but we have a friend who has started multiple businesses. And he's got a business partner who's a crazy nut that does like supplements on TV. And he'll literally go on TV and in 6 months make $9 million. And he'll say stuff like, this cures cancer, it makes you super strong. He'll just say anything he wants. And then he'll get sued by the FDA, and they'll say that's $1 million fine.
Oh,
And he'll write them a check and say, haha, have a nice day. So he still made $8 million lying to people.
Why?
But he's going to have to face God someday. No, that's not moral. That's not honoring to God.
Wait, is there can you put stocks in company or no?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's you can buy stock in companies all day long as they're what's called publicly traded. So, all right, so let's just stop here now. We're going to think about a company, and instead of, if you guys don't know for sure what you want to do, but say we're going to build a company, we already talked about this. What's this website going to do?
Woohoo goo.
It's
sell some goo.
Sell goo.
Some poo goo.
Some poo goo. All right.
Where's your bathroom?
To the left. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First thing we do is we go to the hosting account.
Hosting. We click hosting on GoDaddy.
Yeah, I mean, this is my account, but the first thing we said is,
Build it.
so I've bought,
Hey,
see this right here?
color.
Pay attention to the screen, guys. See this right here, the domains?
Where?
Athletic or not?
Hold up,
You
Dad.
can't go there.
No, you have to look at the screen. It's not on yours.
Oh.
See
How do
on,
you sign into GoDaddy? Is it free?
yeah, but you don't want, I have an account, so you don't want to make your account right now because I buy in bulk, so all my rates are cheaper
Wait,
than
I have
yours.
a question.
Oh.
Why is John's 99 cents but mine's
Yeah, I
$10?
might have to pay the full price.
You have something on your browser that's giving you a special, which we can probably find a coupon code for, but none of us have it. But
Nathan's doing it too.
yeah, it'll be fine. That's not a big deal, but that's what it is. There's something that they call a cookie, and it's in your computer, and it's saying that you've bought before.
Wait, isn't it like an Easter egg kind of thing?
Egg.
No,
Easter egg.
no, a cookie is like something that's like a little note in the computer that says this person's.
Easter
You
egg
can
is
turn on
like
cookies.
All right, so see these right here. My Mom Makes Case, free case eval, real honest results, safe TV sensor, seconds to count, Tylenol, all these are domains I own.
Do you sell bucks for braces?
Absolutely. bucksforbraces.com, bucksforbraces.org, bucks for braces with a 4, and bucks for braces with a 4. So we bought all 4 of these for that one nonprofit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these and we're going to start building a site on it. So I'm going to find a domain that I'm not using, and for right now we can build real honest. Hey honey, how are you?
Hey.
All right, so we're going to take one of these domains and we're going to make it a website. Okay? Now, if you guys come back next week and Andrew buys Andrew's landscaping and Nathan, you buy Nathan's, termite control, and Johnny buys slime time and Emma buys Emma's sailboats, you guys can be building your own websites while we're going through the model, or we can all just make a dummy site. So for the sake of today, I just want to show you the process. So now let's pretend that I just bought a domain, realhonestresults.com. Okay? Then I go, that's my address. Then I go into my hosting, and I already have the ultimate Linux. Always go Linux. Don't go Windows. You'll have
Linux.
okay, it's like the two big ones are like Microsoft Server or a Linux server. Linux is like 99% uptime, less viruses, less hackers. So I always go Linux because Microsoft is just not as strong.
So is it like an app? You guys want to drink water?
Yep.
Sorry.
Bottled water? You want a bottle of water?
Most of things.
Okay, so now we have this. So this is called an application. When I go into application, these are where you can take notes if you want, but we'll be doing it again. But do you ever use Word or Excel? You learn something like, oh, this is easy, but then you don't use it for 6 months, and you go back and you're like, oh, where the heck was that?
Install it.
If you don't do this every day, you'll forget. So the first thing I'm doing is showing you, these are, on this server, I have 11 applications. I have the Center of Vocal Excellence, Ascend Training Academy, Free Case Eval, just a draft, Get Together for Good I Started, Grow with Ascend, Mary Reesberg Coaching, my mommy. So here's all sites, orthopedic massage. These are all sites that I have on my server live right now. Okay, let's say we want to do real honest.
Dead ones?
What?
Like ones that aren't active?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. We're going to use real honest results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the home, and we're going to pretend that that's our slime time. Because once we build it,
Change the name.
good question. If it says slime time or Dave's Donuts or Sarah's super sticky slime, I can just copy and paste the website. You can just, once you build it, you can copy and paste. So it makes it really easy. You have to buy the domain, but that's your mailing address.
So you don't wait. So you can change the name of the website, or you can't.
Okay, let's just do this. Let me show you. It's easier to show you. Here's the house.
That's why you can have like multiple.
Here's the website. Here's the website.
Yeah.
And this is, you can say it's slimetime.com. So when someone sends mail here, it comes here. But I can have other sites that when they send mail, it all goes here. So everything, you can build one website and have everything come to it.
Okay. So if you have a website and then you go like through Amazon, like could you could sell it and then that's the web, it's sending to that address?
Yeah, okay, so say somebody goes on Amazon and they see a product you sell. But then do you ever see it says sold by?
Yeah.
And it gives you the company and you click on that, that'll bring you right to your website.
Okay.
But let's say for marketing, I want to have slimetime.com, and then I'm like, I don't really like that site name as much. I want to kind of rebrand. I want to have Woohoo Goo. So I have Woohoo Goo. I love that name. Woohoo Goo. Then you go here, and it just goes here. So like we have Bucks for Braces. You can do Bucks with the number 4braces.com, or Bucks the number 4braces.org, or Bucks spelled out 4.com and .org. All four of them go to the same site.
Wait, so you can have like Bucks for Braces, and then if you don't like that name anymore, you can rename it Slime Time or something, and then.
Or can you have multiple names?
But you have to buy slime time, is what you're saying.
Every time you buy an address, every time you want a new address, you have to buy it.
Oh, so it's like a new domain, but you're not paying for separate ones? It's just one?
Like they're combined?
Okay, every name you type in .com is a domain. So domain equals www.blank. And for our sake, we're do .com.
You need a better thing?
Yeah, I do.
Which you're from?
I have, it seems like every one I pull isn't working, so I got one right here. If you have a good one, let me know. Alright, so, does that make sense?
Are all those
That's, I thought
is
Gucci Goo,
Woo,
but like,
whatever else you have,
I
all
was thinking of that earlier, I'm not even kidding. But I was like, Gucci, like,
Wherever you
that's
want.
a company.
So you can have it redirect you to slime.com?
Yeah, English.
Yeah, hold on, guys, let's stay on the same page. I want to make sure, this is a fundamental you have to understand. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Okay, purple.
A little dark.
Okay,
Whatever.
so right now, we buy woohoogoo.com, and it brings you to this website. We also want slimetime.com. So we have it go to this website. Because you have to picture it, all it is this is mail, and I'm bringing it to Sarah. Take the mail. And then Mr. Dickerman is bringing mail to Sarah. Sarah's the website.
Why wouldn't you want it all just that one .com? Everything to just go that one.
What they're saying is maybe they changed their mind on the name of the of the domain.
So you want it rerouted? It's all rerouted to the one site.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
basically, you can have multiple names for one website.
You could have 50 names for one website.
Website or
Domain.
business name?
Have 50 websites.
You have
for
50
one domain.
domains for one website.
Gotcha.
But you
Or
have to pay for each separate domain.
yes.
So if you were to like sell it to somebody, then they have to pay for each separate one.
if you were going to sell someone a domain, they'd say the one they want to buy, and then you agree upon the price. Like, I had the domain in... Did you ever hear of Humana Insurance?
Yeah.
Okay. They use the term Humana to say we're human. Well, they're not human, and they're not decent people. Humana.com. So I bought the domain in Humana.com. And I launched a website telling people how terrible they were because they owed me $25,000 and they wouldn't pay. Once I launched that website, they paid me my $20,000 back. I think they paid me $20 to $25. And then their attorney said, well, now you have to give us that website. I said, that's another $25,000. And they said, what? I said, you heard me. I said, you guys screwed me and wasted 2 years of my life. You really owe me $50. That'll be another $25,000. He said, we're not going to pay you that. I said, I'm not taking the website down. That was the end of the story. So I found a dentist in Tampa who they owed $250,000 to. So I sold it to him for, was it $500 or $1,000, Sarah?
I think 500.
Because
$500.
I sold him the domain I bought for $10. I paid for it for 2 years. So my investment was $20. I built the site in like 2 hours. And then I made $500. But I also made back the $20,000. So to me, that was definitely worth my time.
Why didn't you charge him more?
Because I like him and I hate Humana. But I got what's in the contract called the first right of refusal. So if he sells in Humana.com, he has to give me the chance to buy it back for that same $500. I think I actually put in the contract $250, so I'm still making money. So he went after Humana and used that same domain, that same website, and got $250,000 back.
Boy.
So we hate Humana, and they're bad people. They're inhuman, and we made sure that people knew it. So you can use this, like I said, for a lot of good in a lot of ways. Now, people use websites for bad things. You're Christians. You trust Christ. You follow Christ. You want to glorify Christ. What's your purpose in life? What's your calling in life? What's your vision? What's your mission? The purpose for everybody is to glorify God and bear fruit. That's biblical. John 15:8. Your calling is different. Your calling and my calling and each other's calling is all different. My calling is right here. My vision of how I'm supposed to do that, I believe, is right here. My mission today, right now, I'm supposed to be in this room with you. I'm supposed to be working for Total Employee Leasing, and I'm supposed to be telling people about Jesus. That's my mission for right now. That can change. Mission changes. Sometimes the vision changes. Like Nehemiah was called, he had a vision to fix the wall. Well, then after that, he had another vision. But your purpose and your calling, those don't change. Or purpose for sure doesn't. All right, so let's go back. We buy the domain. You guys can think about what you want for domains. You get it you tell me what you want, and then I go now to my server. On my server, I build what's called an add-on domain. The add-on domain means, okay, you're paying my server is this IP address. This is how the internet sees me. I am 192.186.223.98. That is my server. Okay? The world doesn't really see this, but if you're a computer person, you can find out what the address is. But see, once I buy my property, I just bought 10 acres of land. I could buy a home.
Doesn't the IP address change?
No, not. There's static IP addresses and dynamic IP addresses. Laptops or your phone could have what's called a dynamic IP address. Dynamic means changing. It changes, it moves. Static means it stays still. This address, do you move a house address?
No.
Because you could never find it, right? This address doesn't move. It stays still. So let's just say some people buy 1 acre, some people buy 1,000 acres, some people buy 10 acres. I bought 10 acres. So my server is like 10 acres. On that 10 acres, I can put as many businesses as I want as long as I stay within my 10 acres. Now, acres in the world of computers is what? Storage size. So my storage size, memory usage, CPU usage, entry process, you don't need to get into the technical stuff right now, but I bought 10 acres. That's all you need to know. So I have plenty of room on my property for you guys to build a house. So I'm not going to charge you for the land. I'm not going to charge you and do anything. I'm just going to build you a house. So, saying that, what was the one I said we were going to do?
So say for an actual house, if you want to make a website to change, like on Google, like in Maps, like instead of taking you somewhere, you take them to like, instead of taking them to your house, you take them to like the state house or something. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
called a forward.
You can do that. And then
If you own the
it actually
domain,
goes-
yeah. So if you own the domain, human catnip, and people think it's some crazy cat site, you could sell them to Ford Motor Company, and people pay for that. But you can also get what's called like tricked, and you can type a decent site in, and somebody forwards it to like a terrible site, like a porn site or something. So yes, forwarding happens all the time. A lot of people will hack sites. They'll find sites who aren't properly secured, and what they'll do is they will go into there, they will hack the site, and they'll redirect the visitors. They see that this site is some lady who's a mom who has this huge blog following of 50,000 women, but she has crappy security because she started this in Wix. She started this, on her own. So I'm just going to go in there and hack it and direct it to like something crazy bad. And that's what people do every day.
Didn't that what happened with Mr. Matt's website?
Yes, remember somebody put that terrible demonic stuff on there?
I don't remember.
Yeah, somebody.
Like I remember you saying that happened.
It was wicked bad. It was demonic Satan worship. So somebody went in his site because he was trying to sell a Christian book for his father, and they put like pentagrams and 666, and they actually had like demonic faces, like a satanic symbol.
Like a star outside.
Penta means 6, like 6-sided.
Oh, is it the thing where it was like
Wait, pentas? Is that right?
Pentas
No,
5.
it's
5. Sorry.
hexagons.
Yeah. Was it hexagon then? I'm confused. I'm tired, guys. I've had a busy day.
It just looks like a star.
Yeah, but it's associated with demonic worship.
It's upside down.
And it's like usually you have like the horns of Satan and the goat head and all the evil things. It's like how we have a cross. That's like their evil cross. All right, so I don't even remember what I said we're going to do, but these are all different domains that I have now on the server. So we can build a new domain and just start laying it out there. For right now, I'm going to wait, and we're going to go to one of the applications. So I take there, and the first thing I do is I build that directory. And this will become real when you're doing it for the first time next week. The next thing you do is you do an application. I use WordPress because WordPress is an international platform. It's free. It's solid. And again, there's Fortune 500 companies that use WordPress. So what I did is we'll go for here. We'd install WordPress on that site. So I'm going to use mymommakescakes.com. And, huh? What'd you say?
There's a domain called Gooba Gooba.
Gooba Gooba. All right, so here's...
Red, white, and goo.
See this right here? This is the website, right? I think I've lost them. I think we're done for the day. All right, so here's a website I just built for a client. And it has anything you want. You can make it. You can just go in there and design it. It just takes the vision of what you want. But this is what I'm going to show you how to do. So
Can you change the website without him knowing? Like,
yeah.
so he doesn't actually, like, when you own a domain, you actually own it, it's just paying for it through you.
If you are the webmaster, you can change it. If you...
So
Legally you
like,
can't.
You're paying
Yeah.
for a password or anything?
No, okay, let's say like Robertson Curtis. They're my friends, they're my clients. They pay me and trust me to build them a website and to take care of it. I could abuse that trust and put dancing Smurfs, but they wouldn't be my client long and I'd get sued. Okay? So that's just...
We're learning to be a webmaster.
You're learning how to be a web designer and a webmaster. I'm trying to show you skills to make as much money as possible. So you can do that, but you wouldn't want to. Now, if you hack somebody's account, and again, you could redirect it to fairyprincessland.com. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't. Is that morally going to please God, or is he going to hit you with a lightning bolt? You know?
Delicious.com.
Cuba.
Mistaken.
Cuba. Now, don't go to that.
What?
The word goo, you're talking about slime and cute things, but secular wise and say sinful ways, the word goo is used in other ways. and that's probably a pornography website. So do not visit that site. That's why I said stay to GoDaddy. Don't go outside of that realm. We're here to educate you, not pervert you. All right. So this is a site we built. You guys, this is the front face of the site. This is the back face of the site. All right. So this is what the world sees. John, look up real quick. This is what the world sees. This is what I see and what you're going to see. So you log in with your username and password. And don't ever use the same password for every site. I didn't hear you say that. Fa la la la. If a password's not 15 characters or more, it's technically useless today. You should have uppercase, lowercase numbers, special characters, and you should have 15 to 20 characters.
Yeah, I know like some like accounts they require you to have an uppercase, lowercase, special symbol.
I hate that because I forget. It's like,
Yeah, but you have to keep it in secure or some way to remember, because if you don't, I can pay $5 and get a password decoder right now and get into anybody's account pretty much, or most people's account. Okay, again, illegal. Showering with men is no fun. Okay.
Oh, I just got that.
You really just got that?
Yes.
You've lived with me for 14 years. You just got that?
Yes.
I love you. Showering with men, as a term, means goes to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I can't believe you just got it.
Yeah, and they don't.
Earlier, I'm like, what is he talking about?
And Emma's like, oh, thanks, Johnny. All right, so this is WordPress. Now, WordPress it was created to be what's called a blog. It was so people could put their information out there and they could just write. It's become so much more. This is like the main way people make websites now. When you're in WordPress, let's say that we're going to a page. See, go to this website. I want you all to go there on your laptop.
Check it.
Orthopedic massage.
GooForYou.com. Hey.
Goo for You is available.
Goo for you.
Okay, but somebody owns Goo for. See, so that would be a conflict of interest, because if you advertise Goo for You and they go to the wrong site,
Then they're buying their stuff.
or if that other site's like a bad site, again, we'd have to verify. Let your dad and I check that out. But, anyways, orthopedic.
Site we're going to.
Go to orthopedicmassagepensacola.com.
Massage. What is it?
Now, why did that's not a sexy name, and that's actually complicated, and that's actually long. Orthopedic Massage Pensacola. Why would I name a site Orthopedic Massage Pensacola?
Because people are searching.
That's right. That's brilliant.
What?
See, what happens is 90% of traffic goes through this little site you might have heard of called Google. And about 60% of traffic goes from your phone. So phones, even more than Google on your desktop, use geolocation. They say, I'm not just going to give search results for Massage Pensacola, but I'm going to give it Massage Pensacola within 5 miles of them. So when I if you type in Orthopedic Massage Pensacola and you own that domain, it's like free marketing. So if you go to Google and type in Orthopedic Massage Pensacola, then this woman does not pay for advertising. Okay? But look at this. This guy's been in town for years, like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 1, Pensacola Ortho Massage. He's number 2. But we're number 3 and 4. Okay? We're number 3 and 4 in our pictures there, first thing. I built that into her website.
Mine was number 1.
Mine was number 3.
Really?
And I had that.
Yeah, mine was number 1.
See, that has something to do with your cash again, your cookies. Remember how you were getting different specials?
I looked up orthopedic.
That's not me. I'm
Here, I'll show you
going
what I
back
looked up.
and it just
I
shows
looked
because
up
that's when
this.
you typed in earlier. This is the first thing that he searched.
Everybody go to that website though, so we can all be on the same page. But I'm just telling you,
Look, I did orthopedic massage Pensacola. Okay. and it said, "Did you mean
This
see
type.
the first one?" And I clicked it.
Nice.
And that was the first one up.
Okay, so see how he's in the same room, but there's something in his cache that's different. It's third on ours, but it's first on his. It could be the address that he's logged into Google with. It might be the old address we lived in. It might be because he doesn't have the same update we do. But this is a good example how within the same room we're searching the same term, but we're getting different results. But the moral of the story is your goal to get someone for SEO. That's another thing you can sell. Did you ever hear SEO optimization, search engine optimization? People are paying the most money right now for search engine optimization. And the honest truth is 8 out of 10 people who sell search engine optimization don't know what they're doing. They're terrible at it. They're stealing money unethically. They're saying they're going to do it, and they're doing what you guys can do in this room right now. And after I teach you, I'm going to show you how to get your client the first page. I developed and built the site pretty much in 3 days. Before I was finished, I do what's called live development. I actually build it live. So if someone went there from the world, they can see the site. While I was building the site, she got business from it. So that's God, man. That's amazing. That's exceeded my expectation. People actually Googled massage therapy Pensacola and found her while I was building the site. So, and I believe in live development because I'm constantly sending pings to Google saying this site's changing, this site's changing, this site's changing. And when Google sees an active site, it gives more credit. So, everybody go to that site, Orthopedic Massage Pensacola. Okay, are you guys there?
How do you make more?
Did you build the logo?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do that?
How do you do that?
More
I just made it fast. She had a bad logo. It looked perverted. So she meant it all pure, like a set of hands. It looked like a woman with her legs spread wide open. I saw it and I gasped and I didn't say anything. And then I showed Sarah, I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Sarah's like, I'm like, okay, you got the same feel I did. So I gave her a new logo. But that's another way to make money. That's graphic design. But again, we can teach you all that. Okay, so all I want to show you for the rest of we're going to finish this up. It's 9 o'clock, so we're done. I just want to show you one thing. See this page? Go to the About page. Click on About. Okay? See how that picture stays still?
Mm-hmm.
That's called a parallax effect. Okay? See how there's a header, then a picture, and then text in a picture. Remember that. So what's the first thing? Header. Picture.
Nathan's is number 2.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Thank you for that, Johnny. Hey look, header, picture, then text and picture, right? Mm-hmm. When I go into About Us on the back end, what the developer sees, I want you to see this. This is sectioned out. Okay, text, that's my header. So
where are you right now?
Okay, see this page? Just look at the screen right here, because for time, it's nice that we'd be done by 9. First thing is About Massage Therapy, right? That's a text box. So you see text. The next thing's a slider. So when you go here, I use the slider so I get a full, beautiful picture. And if she ever wants things to change, I can. That was just thinking ahead. The next thing is text for 2/3 of the screen, picture 1/3, right? Look, text 2/3 of the screen, picture 1/3.
How do you change that? Is it like a setting?
Okay, let's just say, I'm going to mess with her site live. Let's add right in here. So right now, when you see this page, you see who we are, then it goes to our goal, right? Mm-hmm. So when I go here, this is who we are. This is our goal. And I know that because if I click in it, who we are. Okay? Let's say that I want to add a new section in there. So I come down and I go to add row. I'll do a full width.
Gotcha. So
Now I click, and we'll go through this in detail. Then I'll go down and I want to put some text on her website. I'm going to center it. I'm going to make sure, let's go big, real big. Heading 1. Andrew likes gluten. Alright? Save. Now, I don't want this at the bottom, baby. I want this way at the top where everybody can see it. Alright? So I'm going to go right at the top, and then I'm going to go to update. Now, in the real world, right now, everybody refresh your page.
How do we do that?
Hit
5. Right?
You do what?
You should hit the refresh button. It's in the top left corner.
right here. You
Yep,
can,
Andrew likes gluten.
Wait, where are we looking?
Okay.
Right there.
You're supposed to just click out. Click it
That's
out.
hilarious.
This is what you shouldn't be doing with your clients.
yeah.
Where am I
And
looking?
scroll down.
What are the odds, right?
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
Oh.
Scroll down.
Andrew likes gluten.
Oh.
Now, that wasn't there a second ago, and now it's there. So now let's go back.
Hit about. Hit about. At
Hit
the
the head,
top.
hit about.
Yeah, hit about at the top.
It's yeah.
There you go. Now scroll down.
Okay. Andrew.
So now I want to get rid of that. So I hit X, and I hit update.
What happens if she sees this?
Unless you look at the exact 60 seconds we just had up.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
There you go.
I'm not letting it go.
Yeah, I'm leaving it here.
All right, that's it. That's it for today, guys. Any questions before you close? That's just 101. So when you come back, I want you to get that checklist. First is the vision. What do you want to build? And then I want you looking for domain names safely with your fathers, not on your own. Like you can use GoDaddy, but don't go doing any other exploration without your
It's
dad.
kind of hard when we don't have. Yeah.
Well, then your dad will help you. But you can
What?
you can write down a
like
bunch.
Mr. Berga.
Ripper.
That's what photos are supposed to do. All right. Any questions before we go? We went a couple minutes over, but any questions?
Nope.
All right. Then God bless you. Use this for good and not evil.